So good morning, guys. I'm just going to do a content video this morning. So I was talking to the girl at the job. Y'all know that Spanish girl that I tell y'all I don't like, them Dominican chicks at my job. So the ringleader, and she's actually like an assistant manager, she's starting to complain now, saying that because she works a lot of overtime. Sometimes she would be working like 7 days a week. And my main supervisor had came yesterday and told us that, you know, they're cracking down on overtime and stuff like this. So there's going to be times, if you guys want to leave early, you can. So, you know me, I ask questions. So I'm coming to my boss like, I said, so y'all telling us we got to leave, or is it our choice to leave? She's like, no, it's your choice. So I was like, okay, because I ain't playing those games. You darn right it's my choice. I was hired to work 40 hours, and that's what I'm going to work, my 40, try to get close to my 40 or whatever.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Starting off a conversation.
So I told her I'm trying to get close to my 40. You know, I need more money. I need a second job. I didn't say this to her, but in my head, I'm like, I have things that I need to do, and we all have bills to pay or whatever. So the job really don't care about you and your bills and what you got going on. They just want to use you. If you're going to be the overtime person, if you're going to be the person that every time they call you, that you're available, well, that's your own fault. And that's what the Spanish girl does. She makes herself available 7 days a week for this place. And then when they figure business is slow and they're not bringing in money like they used to because the whole business is slow, now they want to backpedal and try to tell people, oh, you can go home. I told my boss, I said, I'm not going home. I'm not ever going home. I'm not ever going to clock out. She was like, oh, well, I said that you can leave if you want to. I said, oh, okay. But the Spanish girl was making it seem like they're forcing her out the door. I said, you don't have to let them force you out the door, baby. When you got this job, you signed up to be a full-time worker and you can legally get overtime. So yesterday, I got off at 5. She was supposed to come in at 1 o'clock. She didn't show up until like 3. What time did she come in? 3? Yeah, she was supposed to come in at 1. She didn't come in until 3. She didn't call me and say anything. Like, if I would have had like something that I had to do on the phone or take my break, like, respect the fact that I get a break too. And I'm gonna probably drop a dime on y'all and call the labor board or something, because now y'all trying to cut people's hours, but now you cutting into my break time. If I work at 9 to 5, after 4 or 5 hours, I legally supposed to be on break. Not sitting here waiting until 3 o'clock to take a break. So when she came in at 3, I took a break at like what? I took my break at like 3:45. I came back and she took a break. Like, how's she taking a break when she just coming in the door? And I said, well, I told her, because she's young, you know, these girls are in their 20s, so, you know, they're not really experienced out here in this work world. I said, listen, all that stuff you be doing, going around here laughing and joking and thinking everybody like you and acting like, you know, I'm supposed to please everybody. At the job, sweetie, when you're working with people of all cultures, all backgrounds, all races, all whatevers, nobody cares, man. Everybody kikiing while they at work. But then when they not around you, they talking about you and stabbing you in your back. I said, listen. I said, all that kikiing, all that smiling, husband, you ain't smiling no more, huh? You're not around here trying to, you're not around here, kikiing and smiling and stuff, because now you're seeing how management gonna really treat you. They treat you like a body, baby. You just a number just like me. We ain't nobody special. So I said, all that breaking your back, breaking your neck, trying to support your job, when they don't support you, because when you're making too much money, they're going to start saying, oh, no, we can't have this. We can't have her making too much. We can't have them. I don't even reach my 40 hours. I get like 37 hours. I don't even reach 40. I told her, I said, don't let them do it to you. But, you know, she say anything to me, and then when she see the manager, she back to the same old mess, and then when they come to complain. Like, you have no space or room to complain when you are allowing them to treat you that way. You're allowing this. You're allowing them to treat you in that kind of way. So I was just trying to give her some pointers. I said, and I didn't say that to her. I don't want to say nothing to her to make her feel bad. Because like I said, I personally don't really like this chick that much. She's untrustworthy. She's like one of those people that she want to people please. She want everybody to like her. And girl, I'm quick to tell her. I said, listen, sis, I don't care who don't like me. I'm going to come here and do my job, and that's it. That's it. I'm just going to come here and work and do what I'm supposed to do, and I'm out the door. Whoever don't like me, that's their problem. But one thing I have never been in my life is a people pleaser. A people pleaser. I haven't been a people pleaser. Never been a people pleaser. And that's what she is. And somebody already told me, another girl had told me, oh, she's a people pleaser. And she also said out of her mouth that, oh, I'm a people pleaser. You know, I'm like, wow, that's not anything great to be like attached to you. You people pleaser and you want everybody to like you. Even me. She already know I don't really like her like that, but I tolerate her. You know what I'm saying? But now, you know, she's tired because she's working all this overtime. So now she's like, oh, you know, I'm trying to find me a second job. I said, yeah. I mean, go find your second job. Number one, I didn't say this to her, but I know the fact that she said she wanted to switch position. She wanted to go into a new position. So she was dumb enough to let everybody talk her out of the position that she wanted to go into. And she could have been successful in that position. And I was happy to see her go, but... You know, and I'm just like, and I didn't say that to her because I don't want to hurt her feelings, but I said, you dumb on that fact. You got all this mouth and you people pleasing. How about people please yourself and stop worrying about everybody else in the room? Why not worry about yourself? As long as you come into a room and you come into a space wherever you're at, in your personal life, your family life, your whatever life. If you're happy where you're at and what you're doing, that is all that matters. You don't let somebody else talk you out of your position. How do you allow other people to tell you, oh no, you would be better in this position, so you need to just stay where you at? You don't let nobody do that to you. And she allowed people to talk her out of her position. And I said, girl, you're freaking nuts. I would have never allowed someone to talk me out of my position. No, we're not doing that. It's things that I want to do with myself. Just because Jimmy, John, and Joe over there think I can't do it, or they think I'm not going to succeed, that is your own personal feelings towards me, and that's okay. That's how you feel. I don't care. You keep it to yourself, bro. People don't want to see you succeed. And on top of that, like, I talk about this girl, but she's a pretty girl. You know what I'm saying? She's pretty and she's young. And they probably scared that she going to come in here and take over their positions. And that's what it is. And I said, girl, you in your 20s, you're like 24 years old. You know, you're young. And I said, first of all, you stand on your own 2 feet. All that mouth you got towards me, when you want to be funny and stuff to me, no, you don't let nobody talk you out of your position, baby. You could have went in that position and you could have been doing better than all of them. But we can't let nobody talk us out of our position. And that's how, and I told her, and I said, whether you listen to me or not, this is how management is. At jobs, especially jobs that are open, you know, they have to staff the place, you know, to run the place or whatever. They don't be wanting us to get too much overtime, because you making too much overtime, sometimes you could be making more money than the managers. And not only making more money than the managers, that's not even the point. The point is the business, when the business seems like it's slow, they're going to start cutting corners wherever they can. They're going to be looking to make some changes. Either they're going to be out here to try to fire somebody or whatever the fact. And if you're overstaffed, like my manager has this girl, she's kind of like a temporary person, right? She come in to help whenever help is needed. But if it's over your budget and we're overstaffed, why would you be having a whole bunch of people in a certain area that's not needed? Like, if someone is not needed here, you need to put them where they're needed at. And if those girls live in a certain area and they live close to areas that the help is needed, you need to send them to where they're needed. See, she don't know that there's a girl in a particular location that's actually going to be leaving. She's going to be having a baby. So I'm hoping that she's going to be leaving and going over there to work in that store. Because I said something to her. I said, so when so-and-so going to have her baby, ooh, I wonder what that store's going to do. She's like, oh, I don't know. I said, yeah, I do know. They're going to send you over there. They're going to fill positions where it's needed. If we're overstaffed, baby, they're going to be looking to move you. And that's just how business works. If they tell us to move to another location, we have to move, because if you refuse your job, you're basically refusing your job position, and then they literally can let you go. So you're the lead or whatever, you're like the assistant manager, and if they ask you to leave because for the business, you're going to have to go. And if you don't want to go, then they can ask you to, they can terminate you if they want. But she don't know. That's something creep for her. Because I'm like, sis, if they don't find somebody for that position, guess who they're going to be telling to move? They're going to be telling you to move. It's this other new girl. She's a lead too. So they had moved her to our location. And the other girl, the Spanish girl that I really don't like too much, you don't know. You're not looking at the bigger picture, baby. I look deeper into things. I don't just look on the surface. I look deeper. They're going to move you to that store. they're going to tell you have to move to that store. And she ain't going to want to do it. And I already know she's going to want to stay where she's at. But because she's comfortable where she's at. But I'd be happy to see her go. I'd be like, bye. She's not my best. She's not my person, the best person that I like a lot. You know, I don't wish no harm on this young girl. She just tried me a couple times, and I'm not to be tried, baby. Don't try me, especially when I'm being nice and respectful to you. Don't come over here pushing up on me like that, because I don't appreciate that. So, but she don't know that girl's about to go have a baby, and the manager in that store it's only one manager left. There's nobody else to fill that position. So I was like, sweet pea, you're going to be the one that's going to be going over to that store and filling those positions, if you don't know it or not, my dear. So I don't know what they're going to do, but I mean, common sense is common sense, but sometimes common sense can come with age. You know, you got to get older to get a little bit more mature to understand what's going on out here. Like, people out here don't care nothing about you, man. All that smiling and laughing and acting like everybody's so cool and all that stuff. Nah, beneath the surface is you going to see a real person. I look deeper. Sorry about that. I don't like sneezing in front of people, but I'm sorry. I look deeper into things. I just look deeper, and you should look deeper. You should be a deep thinker. You should be a person who's thinking, right? You should use your mind. Just because you're pretty, and you know, being pretty is a good thing, right? It can get you far being a pretty woman. You can get things, but it's more to life than just saying I'm pretty. But I told her, I said, you let them people talk you out of your game. No, I didn't tell her that because I didn't want to be rude to her. But there's a lot of things that I wanted to say to her. But like I said, me and her, we're not really, I don't see eye to eye with her, and I don't really like her too much, but I don't not want to see her succeed. Like, I want to see you do great things, but you need to know and understand how management works. See, my manager now, before my manager was our manager, she was like a regular person in a position like us, like in customer care. So she was on our level. And now that she's a manager, I told them, I said, you're going to have to start to look at her differently. She's not on our level anymore. She's a manager now. So she's going to do what managers do. And managers are going to be the one to cut hours. She reports back to her boss about everybody's performance and this and that. She's going to tell it. She's not going to look at you, oh, she's my friend, so let me say this, let me sweeten it up a little bit. She's not looking at y'all as her friend anymore. She unprofessional her damn self. And I just be looking at minding my freaking business, looking and worried about myself. This is how these jobs are, man. Cutthroat. And I told her, I said, you got to start looking at people as management. Don't look at people as your friend. Because she was saying to my boss one day, talking about, oh, we need to go somewhere. I said, why? You shouldn't really be hanging out with your managers anyway. Managers shouldn't be hanging out with the lower people. Like, you shouldn't be hanging out with the people that you are managing. Like, I don't want to hang out with my boss. I don't care how much butt kissing in the world. I don't desire to hang out with my supervisor. That's just not my thing. Like, even if she asked me, I wouldn't come. That's just not my thing. Because now they're going to look at you as like a butt kisser. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm not just one of those people to be sitting around here kissing my managers. But if anything, bitch, I want to stay away from my manager. I don't want to talk to y'all. I want to keep it professional. Please don't come into my personal life. Ask me no questions. It's none of your freaking business. Like, don't do that to me. I've been around on this earth for a long time. I'm not young and dumb. But I'm normally doing a live stream right now, but I'm not today. I have to go to the gym, exercise for an hour, then I'm going to, I gotta go to my storage and get some stuff out of there and put some things in there and go from there. I need to get this other storage up and popping, but I'm not going to be able to do that until Friday. Because the storage that I have now, I told them that I wanted to be out by the next, you know what I'm saying, but I'm not going to be out by then. Not going to be out by then, so I'm gonna need a little bit more time, but this is just life, man. And as you get older, you just see so much in this workforce that you have to be a part of until you retire. And I be saying to people, like, I don't see how y'all can stay at one job for 15, 20, 30 years. Like, y'all must be a specific type of person, because me, man, I either get fired or I don't think I've ever left a job. When I was younger, when I was like 20, I would just do no call, no shows. But I think I will always get like suspended because I did something. Not did something in the fact of getting like stealing or anything like that, but just having beef with the manager. So I had insubordination a few times in my life because the managers be to the left, right? But I've learned to sometimes just shut my mouth. But I've gotten in trouble in my years with working. And times that I should have shut my mouth, I didn't, and I end up getting fired for it. Thinking that, the manager shouldn't be doing this, the manager shouldn't be doing that. But me opening my mouth and voicing myself, I always got myself fired. But when I see people be at their job for 35 years, wow, I can only imagine what kind of person you were. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but I can't be at a job that long and obey too much. I need to be off on my own, working my own business and stuff. I just can't be at no place for 20 and 30 years, but sometimes it's just in you, Sometimes the work ethic is in you, and the work ethic is definitely in me. I just can't stay in one position for 20-something years. I just can't do it. I think the longest job I ever had in my life, I was there for almost 10 years, and I was younger then. I was almost there for 10 years.